Oh my god, much better. Before I dive into this trailer, I want to give all sorts of props to Marvel's poster department. They heard the feedback from not only the Spider-Man poster criticism, but the Black Panther poster criticism, and delivered us a sweet final poster for Thor Ragnarok, along with our second trailer, which I also saw coming from Comic-Con weekend 2017. And Marvel has given us a lot of stuff this time around from Comic-Con, but let's talk about this trailer first. So the trailer starts out pretty much giving us a recap of the last trailer. Thor's like, yeah, here's what happened. Hela took over Asgard, crushed my hammer, banished me to God knows where, it's Sakaar, and he bumped into the Hulk and they fought, and Hulk kicked his ass, although Thor lied about it. But you see, Thor is talking with Bruce Banner, so Hulk does turn back into Bruce Banner eventually. Mark Ruffalo said at the panel in Comic-Con that Hulk has been Hulk for 2 years. He has never turned back into Bruce Banner. So when he actually does turn back into Banner, we don't see it in the trailer, but when he does in the movie, God, it must be painful. I wonder how that scene's gonna go. And we see Hela do more shit. Part of me was like, oh my god, it's Hela played by Cate Blanchett. I love Cate Blanchett in that role, and it's really cool, but another part of me was like, she looks kind of weird. I don't know, she looks a little bit too CG, like with the horns coming from her head. I'm like, yeah, that CG might have to be cleaned up a little bit. But they got time, I'm sure it'll be fine. But as this trailer's going on, I was like, oh my god, this is so 80s. Not only with the music that's playing, which might as well have been written in the 80s. I don't know what the song is. I wouldn't be surprised if it's some song from some rock album from the 80s. But if you just look around at the set design of this movie, the color palette and everything, it really hit me this one scene where Thor and Banner are in this bar type place. You see those little circles on like the bar itself? This movie might as well be a remake of I'm serious though, this is such a different vibe for a Thor movie, but I love it. Things really are coming together in a Game of Thrones kind of way, like different worlds are meeting. Hulk is now in outer space with Thor, who are both in a Guardians of the Galaxy type of world. I love seeing these different worlds now finally coming together. This is set up for Infinity War, when all the worlds are gonna come together. But one great moment in this trailer is that when Thor sees Loki for the first time, Loki's all like, surprise. And Thor kind of gives this look like he's not surprised, he's actually kind of annoyed, but I'm kind of disappointed by this. Because if you remember back in Thor the Dark World, Loki faked his own death right in front of him. And it was a really emotional moment. Like, Thor was truly sad about his brother dying in front of him. So when Thor learns that he has been punked for like 4 years, that has to be an emotional moment. He's got to be like, what the fucking fuck, dude? I'm just saying, Natalie Portman slapped Loki in the face for the Battle of New York. Thor has to do some serious damage here. I'm just saying, I want that emotion. And from there on, we get another montage. We get to see some pretty cool stuff, some Easter eggs. We get to see Fenrir, the giant Norse mythology wolf, attacking Hulk. That should be a pretty interesting scene. Hulk has to fight some beasts in this movie. Like at the very end of the trailer, he goes up against the final boss from insert random video game here. I later found out that that thing is named Surtur, which, yeah, alright, that's cool. I want to see Hulk eventually go up against Fin Fang Foom. That's what I want to see. In this one shot where you get to see the Grandmaster Jeff Goldblum and Valkyries to his left, and Rachel House playing Topaz is to his right. I didn't see that coming. And one snippet I really liked is, like, it's a flash, it's in like 2 seconds, where they're in the Bifrost, they're going like to some other world, and Hela is chasing Loki, and she throws, I think, like a dagger at him or something, and Loki falls out of the tunnel, whatever that is. That's really cool because, like, we've seen the Bifrost travel in the previous 2 Thor movies, and that's been all fine and dandy, but what if someone actually attacks someone during that? Like, you know when they're apparating in Deathly Hallows Part 1, and that one Death Eater attacked Ron Weasley, and he got this huge scar on his shoulder? Like, what if something like that happens to Loki? I don't know, that's just where my mind goes. And you hear Hela's voiceover, she says,
I'm the goddess of death. What were you the god of again?
Oh, Thor has an answer. He has a great answer. He's the god of thunder, bitch. He might as well be going, I have the power! I'm just saying, man. That's a pretty cool moment. But the scene after the title really shocked the hell out of me. It was the most surprising thing to me about this entire trailer.
Hulk like raging fire. Thor like smoldering fire.
Whoa, suddenly Hulk has a lot to say. But like I said, you know, like Mark Ruffalo said, Hulk has been Hulk for 2 years, so he must have learned to talk. Mark Ruffalo said he's been Hulk for 2 years, so he talks like a 2-year-old, which I guess is pretty apparent from that clip. But in the end, this looks like it might be the best Marvel movie that came out this year. It looks like a hell of a lot of fun, and it looks like it'll actually set up Infinity War, which neither of the previous Marvel films this year did. Not that much anyways. So I have some pretty high hopes for Thor Ragnarok. And Marvel did a kick-ass job this year at Comic-Con. You see all the stuff they revealed? First off, like the official logo for Ant-Man and the Wasp, that looks kick-ass, and all the casting announcements for that one. And the Captain Marvel movie taking place in the 1990s before all of that shit happened, and Nick Fury being in that movie with 2 eyes. The movie's probably going to explain how he lost his eye. Awesome. And the Skrulls are going to be in that movie. Finally, we get to see the Skrulls. Maybe we'll learn about the Kree-Skrull War. I don't know, but I'm really excited for all of it. So I already said that I like the Justice League trailer more. I'm more excited for Justice League than I am for Thor Ragnarok, although Thor Ragnarok still looks really awesome. But I'm gonna ask you, which movie are you more excited for, Justice League or Thor Ragnarok? If they're honestly tied for you, that's fine. But whichever one it is for you, go ahead and leave a comment. And don't forget to subscribe.